All right, welcome to another episode of the Motion Network. Me and my co-host.
What's poppin', y'all? We back.
We back. We
another
back for
episode.
another one. Episode 2, man. Get familiar, man. You know what I'm saying?
We'll keep it. We just gonna keep them coming. Ain't we? Just gonna keep them going and going.
Man, that's it. Man, it's the consistency is the key.
What's up, man? You know what it is. Welcome to the Motion Network podcast, man. I'm Tap In, one of the hosts.
Rasul, man. Listen, Frisco. We always gonna put that out. Frisco, man. The whole Frisco. We ain't missing out nobody. Mission Street, you know what I'm saying? Dolores Park, my niggas that hang down there, everybody.
Niggas on the Avenue.
For real.
Wherever you
For
at.
real,
man,
wherever you at, Frisco.
Man.
But just jump into it, man. What you want to talk about first?
Let's talk about the boy Shannon Sharp. Let's talk about Uncle Shannon.
Well, one thing we can say is we could definitely cancel out that he's gay. Remember that was the big, that he was gay, bisexual, all of that. But now we know you like little white girls.
But I don't know though. He might be a little bisexual too by some of the charges that he had got. You know
what was some of the charges?
Like he allegedly that he forced her down because you know he hella big and shit. And he raped her twice anally.
That's crazy.
Literally took the buns.
That's crazy. No, that's
wild.
No, rape is like serious.
No, that's a very serious, accusation to have on yourself. And him being such a, big in the podcast world, that shit go, anything they looking for, anything to get you up out of there.
$1 million nigga, sex symbol, you know what I'm saying? Black man, like why you gotta take anything? Is it gotta be mental at this point. It gotta be mental it gotta be a rush for you to take it like what? Like you a millionaire. Anything should be given to you, nigga. Right?
Definitely, but first of all, like how you saying, like the girl 19. So he 30-something plus years when at the time. You know what I'm saying?
Got daughters this age.
Got daughters this age. You know what I'm saying? For real, literally. And the cold part is would make the crime more, or the accusations more worse, is because they say he plotted on her. He seen her in the gym, and then he persisted and stayed on her, and then told her.
I hate how it look for black men. You know what I mean? I hate that's how, cause not only that, like what's wrong with the Jennifer Anistons and the Taraji P Hensons? Like what's wrong with somebody your age? Like what would make, like I said, it gotta be something in your mind for you to want a 19-year-old girl and want to take advantage of her, and then like, even her young mind is what she was saying, shit like put this big black baby in me, and I like,
yeah,
it was
wild because they both had, like I said, it's kind of like a sticky situation because they both was texting each other expensive things, but at the same time
somebody got to be responsible
for sure, and plus the age difference.
That's like if somebody was trying to talk to, like, say your son. Mm-hmm. Your son is 35, and he tell you, oh, this girl that's 16. You gonna be like, nigga, no, nigga, yeah. No, at all, nigga, no, by any means necessary, no, nigga.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's where it start from.
Making cash advances at her. You know what I mean? She was talking about if he'd pay her for certain things. Like one text that I think that she had said, it was like, I know you missed this big juicy ass, $25,000 a cheek. $25,000 a cheek. So they had some type of arrangement of what's gonna happen. I think he's gonna get her body done or something like that. But yeah, it's a lot of dirt coming around your boy though.
And like I said, when you got this $100 million contract and you on the podcast and shit and all of that, you supposed to be like a predominant figure. Like this is another one bites the dust, Ken.
Another one bites.
Like P Diddy, R Kelly, like is it?
And it's so funny that you bring up P Diddy because her lawyer is the same ones that suing
and the Jay-Z shit and all that. He the same lawyer,
exact
same
lawyer,
same
exact lawyer. And then Shannon putting a black eye on himself because now he had to take himself off of ESPN.
I seen that.
There's no way Walt Disney, the world friendliest company, is gonna let somebody work on their platform with that.
So now all you got is Club Shay Shay.
That's all you got.
And then what about the whole shit with remember the little sex pills,
Mm-hmm.
the little commercial he did when he leaked the shit and all of that, like. They saying that was against her will, and it's so many allegations that's just coming. It's like, what is you doing?
You know, they smell the payday. Then again, at the same time, we don't know how he really acting with them too. At the same time, you got to think about it. His mental already off for you to be what 50 something at this time, 50, your late 50s to go get a 19-year-old.
At least 30, right?
You know what I'm saying?
At least 30 years old.
So
like,
right
what you doing with
I understand, like, don't knock me. I understand some people like them young. Don't get me wrong. Like, it's certain niggas out there that, like, a perfect example, Russell Simmons' daughter. You know what I'm saying?
I've seen that.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, they both got bad publicity off of that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, why are you dating somebody that old, or vice versa? Why would somebody that old want to date somebody that young?
And then she ain't even going criminal. She straight civil. I want the bag.
Yeah.
No criminal, none of that.
Yeah.
We could throw the sexual assault and the rape around. We could throw that around. But really, I'm here for the bag. I want the civil.
Yeah.
Like, damn.
She want the bag. I told you, it's a lick. You know, he's.
But what about that would turn a grown man on? Just paying for it?
You know, when you like I said, it's a mental thing. Because he's telling her in the text messages that they got out online saying that if you help me lose weight for a competition or something, I'll help you get your body done. So right then and there, you opening it up that door of, okay, it's a transaction.
Okay, but this is a child. What about the whole, I'm going to choke you when I see you in public and all that? Like, why, sir? What do you want to choke a young little girl for? For what? Why do you even want to choke a woman, even plainly? Like, that ain't even...
It's a mental thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you got to think about it. He don't even... I hate to say it, but you never really hear about him with a black woman. So he want to go with the one he feel like he can go ahead and control. If that makes better sense.
Bro, this is finna make every other race think that all black men think like this. You know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is our pattern now. When they come in the room, a white man is gonna be feeling like, oh, you want to take my woman, or a white woman be like, you want to rape me, like.
They already who can't say they feel that already, but it just go heighten.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's up now.
Especially like if you're in a spotlight, like rich, especially like him. You know what I mean? Like when there's people out there who out there searching for a payday. Perfect example, basketball wise. Like they don't do nothing but do what? You know what I'm saying? So it's people out there that's what they do. So he fell into it. Maybe it did. He had to. Ain't no maybe, because in order for her to get the lawyers involved and shit, it had to be the same lawyers that's suing Diddy. So it was like something. They set this up some way somehow. Because
so like you said, he was a lick from the gates. He was a lick to her. He was just a lick. It was never not. I mean, she was a freak. I guess she liked being sexually pressured. But I'm saying, as far as like the money, he was either he was gonna keep paying or he was gonna pay like this. Either way, he was gonna pay for what he was dealing with her. He was gonna pay for dealing with her.
And then the cold part is about it. She didn't even know who he was. So it ain't like she knew who he was from the jump. You know what I'm saying? She just said.
So this was just a regular lick to her. Just a regular trick paying me.
No, it wasn't that. Remember, he opened up all the cash talk. It was never her. She never opened the cash talk. She said that he was so persistent that they get to know each other. So at the gym, just imagine you at the gym. If you're a 19-year-old girl, then you got this big old man just coming to harass you. Because she said he was persistent. You know what I'm saying? Like, just, like, you the one I want. You. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, and then for him to go ahead and then act, use his strength against her to hold her down and, say that he raped her twice. And, that is terrible. You know what I mean? I don't agree with rape at all.
At all.
Not even no forms. You know what I mean? I feel like
everything should be consensual or it shouldn't be happening.
Yeah. He said that it was consensual. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we don't know. It could have been consensual. You know what I mean? Like I said, it could be a money ploy though. You know what I'm saying? Because the same lawyer brought the charges up against Jay-Z and Diddy. That shit got thrown out. Now Jay-Z is suing the lawyer. You get what I'm saying? So it's
we at the end we don't want to spend too long on
yeah,
this
for
shit.
Sure.
But we got to do better.
Yeah.
We got to do better. We got to control our emotions. We got to control our urges. We got to control our needs. You know what I'm saying? And leave these kids alone, man. At this point, you know, if you are over 35, you should not be talking to nobody that's under 25. That's just, I mean, love is love. You find love, but right is right and wrong is wrong.
Wrong is wrong.
And nobody that has experienced life shouldn't be dealing with nobody that's ready to experience life.
Yeah. But then at this, like, you gotta understand, like, some of the age you got, that shit, people go ignore that regardless.
There is.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we preach it to the choir, some only certain go listen. You know what I'm saying? Because there's certain niggas out there, like when we was going to school, we going to school, but this niggas out there in the cars picking up the girls that we like, oh shit, nigga.
I'm flirting with in class.
Yeah, I'm flirting with her in class. This nigga picking her up in the marrow, you know what I mean? Whatever. So you like, how old is this nigga? She only in 10th grade. So it's like it's a sick cycle that needs to stop.
Definitely
Needs to stop though. Yeah, though, man. So you know what I mean.
Moving on. Mm-hmm. The next subject we want to talk about is Shedeur Sanders. Now, I think it's been a lot of. First of all, let's just say this is Deion's son,
Sure.
But let's look at the bigger picture of what happened and what's going on. Because from the beginning, Deion was saying that I'm going to project where my son go. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. One thing I think Deion forgot about is that the NFL made you rich. You didn't get rich because you was Deion. Mm-hmm. You got rich because the NFL made you rich. And it's a boys club. Mm-hmm. And you got to listen to what the fuck they say.
Yeah.
You didn't get rich because you was defying the odds. Because you was being Colin Kaepernick. You didn't get rich because of that. You got rich because you was listening and you shut the fuck up and you listen. You play good, but you shut the fuck up and listen. I feel like Shedeur came in with this whole, the risk and all of that, and it was just too much for them. It was too much for these white owners and these gatekeepers of the NFL. It was too much. It was too much. It was too entitled in the interviews. You know what I mean? He actually pushed the referee. A couple of the interviews on ESPN when they lost, he was blaming the whole team, blaming everybody. A couple of times he blamed Travis. You know what I mean? It was just a lot of entitlement, like I'm the best, and he ain't really showing that he's the best player. So they didn't like it, you know what I mean? And just a lot of entitlement. And I just think Deion forgot because he was promoting this. Yeah. Promoting like my son is the best and he deserves it and this is what's going to happen and I'm going to make sure he lands in the right spot. And the NFL just taught all these young boys a lesson.
Yeah, it was a humbling experience for sure. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to think about it. Nobody's bigger than the program.
Nobody.
Nobody. Especially if you're a black athlete and you try to disrupt.
Like you control something.
Yeah, nah, disrupt.
Like you control
disrupt. Excuse me if I can't say the word, but y'all know what the fuck I meant. But if you try to mess up what they got going on, if you black, you just irritate them a little bit, they're gonna teach you a lesson. Yes. Kaepernick for sure.
Yes.
You can't go against the program. Nobody's bigger than the program. Nobody's bigger than the program. You know what I'm saying?
And you shitted on a lot of niggas, Shedeur.
You did.
You shitted on a lot of people.
You
and reporters. And your daddy defended you the whole way through.
Deion, but then as a black man, you want to go ahead and promote your son. You want to go ahead and do what's best for your son. You want to go ahead.
But this ain't the NBA,
yeah,
King.
But
this
not,
ain't the NBA.
It's not.
It's a different type of NBA.
Absolutely.
The NFL is all them owners is racist.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You want to. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not saying it's gonna get you anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like even everything that he did negative, all the stuff that his dad brought with him and all that. You think it deserved him to get drafted in the 5th round though? Even with all his stats and everything, and like I don't think he was worthy of him getting drafted in the 5th round.
I think so. Just not just a little bit. Not all the way to 5th round, but I feel like the humbling experience had to happen. So when he gets to the NFL, he could work from the bottom.
Yeah, for sure, the humbling.
But just because like it was too much entitlement. It was listen, you came in, like I know you was good. You came from Jackson State and all of that, but it was nothing humble. Like it was nothing humble. I'm talking about walking up to other players on the sideline, like calling them out, telling them they weak. Like it was too much. Like where's the? You have to be humble. I know you primetime son, but at some point you have to be humble.
You have to be humble, but you gotta think about it. As a kid, you only practice what you see. So if his daddy is this flashy and this, how you think I'm gonna be? If I'm raised this way too. All of them is raised like that. They all his kids.
But how you ever gonna get a job like that? You interviewing for a job in the NFL.
You interviewing for a job for an interview. I'm not saying it's right though. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying you got to think about it. Even though it's not right, you got to think about his upbringing. You know what I'm saying?
So saying that is to say it's better for kids to come from humble beginnings because they appreciate life more. Because because you saying if he been like this because of his dad and all of that, that mean he already coming in with this mind frame. I don't really gotta work. I'm gonna just do it because it's my dad.
I think it's more on the parent. Because the kids really gonna be a reflection of the parents or somewhat. So if your parent is a brag and boast person, you're gonna be a brag and boast person. Just like just for instance, like in the street, if your girl mama loud, your girl most likely gonna be loud as fuck too, right? Because that's all she knows. That's what she hear. So it's like I feel like the entitlement did fuck him up though, because you can't go into the interview thinking you're bigger than the program. You haven't even been in the program yet. How you hating from outside the club when you can't even get in yet?
But it's like I said, the humble beginnings though.
Yeah.
It's coming from the bottom, and he didn't. The Jackson Straight was a struggle, but you didn't have to compete for a quarterback spot. This is what all the teams. This is what all they thinking about. This is what all the coordinators and everybody thinking about. How is he gonna deal with this adversity in practice? The only way he gonna be able to deal with it is if we humble him and put him in the 5th round.
Yeah.
If we put him 3rd pick, 4th pick, oh, his head is gonna be boasted.
Sure.
He gonna be in there telling coordinators, I ain't gotta listen, I ain't gotta do this. But if he in the 5th round though, he gonna respect something because he gonna be on the bench. He gonna have to sit in the locker room and learn them motherfucking plays. He gonna have to beat Tom Brady 6th round, nigga.
Yeah, so that's gonna be a good experience for him. So it's like, as a fan, I wanted him to go, higher. But as a business, I understand. Because like I said, nobody's bigger than the program. So you have to humble. And the cold part is, it's not really boils down to him. It really boils down to his dad. So it's like, okay, we can't get to your dad. We can't do nothing to your dad. But we can get something that's close to him. So it's like the laws of the street. This one business. Okay, if I can't touch you, I might have to get somebody who's close to you. Okay, I can't fight you. Okay, you get into it with a girl. Okay, I can't fight you, but I'm gonna fight your brother. You know what I'm saying?
I can't get Chapo, I'm gonna get Junior.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I can't go. Okay, watch me get him.
So really, Shador, just show out. Just show out, study and show out, bro.
You got action in Cleveland.
You got action in Cleveland. Because Deshaun is a bump.
Deshaun probably out. You probably got a year to sit down because you probably got Flacco looking to his old ass get popped on good time. Then you probably in there.
And you better than Gabriel.
Yeah, Gabriel
You better than Dylan.
Hella short.
Better than Dylan.
Yeah, hella short. But yeah, so that's the entitlement though. I just think that as a fan, I wanted him to go higher. But as a business standpoint, I understand that you're not bigger than the program.
You're not.
So if I can't get to your dad, I'm gonna get to somebody.
That's the advice. You ain't bigger than the program, young boys.
Nobody's bigger than the program.
Okay, moving on to the last question. What you thought about Kevin Gates showing up to the game? What did you think about? And I'm gonna put it in the perspective like I put it to you earlier. You at the wedding. You about to get married, and the baby mama, boyfriend, baby daddy, whatever he is, he telling you, you ugly, you don't deserve her, all this, and he's sitting front seat at the wedding.
You probably say that.
He's sitting front seat at the wedding with his shirt off. You know what I'm saying? Lip gloss. With his new thing, looking at you, is he worth confronting, bro?
I'm not gonna confront him because at the end of the day, the people in my family gonna get up on me. You know what I'm saying? There's no way in hell for one you gonna be at my wedding talking shit about me in the front while my family sitting there. My auntie's gonna do something. This is gonna be my cousin gonna do something. I'm just gonna sit there and looking like, see, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's like. Knowing me, I'm gonna say something though.
So can a nigga talk about your wife? Can a nigga talk about your wife without you crashing out? Is what I'm saying. I'm talking about. He talking about how your wife treats you, that it ain't enough. This somebody just you a celebrity. You on it, somebody on the internet, but he's Kevin Gates is who he is. But he tell you, I don't like the way your wife treating you, bro, and she ugly. She ugly, and I don't like the way she treating you.
I'm crashing out. I'm crashing out. You ain't gonna disrespect my queen. I'm crashing out, nigga. Crash test dummy. No seatbelt.
But he's saying all this on the internet, and LeBron responds and says peasants don't really listen to, kings don't listen to peasants.
Especially for
was that so that clapback wasn't enough? So Kevin Gates coming to the game and sitting there trying to get I thought it was real, fruity, bro.
It was real fruity.
I thought it was real fruity, bro. I thought it was real fruity, bro.
Nigga just sitting there with his chest open,
And everybody in New Orleans is like, you ain't never had this energy with nobody in the streets.
Not even that.
You ain't never had this energy with Boosie. You ain't never had none of this energy with nobody. You doing this to LeBron. He ain't even a thug. He ain't even a thug.
That nigga bothered by the response of something that he said. Nigga said, you gotta think about it though. The shit that he said
sounds Kanye-ish.
So you can say that his bitch like Lamar Odom. What you see Lamar Odom?
Kevin, that's what he said. That's the people. People we want to know is you crashing out if a nigga say your bitch look like Lamar Odom. Your wife.
Definitely crashing.
Your wife look like Lamar Odom.
Definitely. Ain't no way in hell my wife look like Lamar Odom. You tripping. What the hell?
But your wife ain't tripping though. Your wife ain't tripping. She telling you not to trip. You gotta remember, Savannah is the key to LeBron not crashing out. You know LeBron was finna get on stage at the Kendrick and start dancing. She grabbed that nigga hands, Ken. You ain't finna get on that fucking stage. You ain't finna embarrass us.
Sometimes you need that though.
I know that's, but that's what I'm saying.
So that's why.
So if she ain't tripping, why am I crashing out on Kevin Gates if my woman ain't tripping?
But I'm saying though, like I put it like this. Like I say, if he say that and I make a response, right? Then the nigga pull up. Then he saying the bullshit. He want a response because every action has a reaction. So it's like, nigga,
you paid 26 bands to come sit and see me so I could get a response.
And every time I foul nigga, I'm like, I wish it was you in the court, nigga, knock a nigga down or something. Because it's like Kevin Gates gotta he just gotta be retarded. He retarded. I think it was retarded. Down south, no disrespect, but yeah.
But like I said, why LeBron though? Why? Because they saying why LeBron do Stephen A. Smith like that? Why Kevin Gates, if he a street Luca Brasi, why he ain't did this to nobody in New Orleans?
I don't know. I'm still over the fact why he said that nigga bitch to I can't laugh today. I'm out here looking like blue. I need to get
but I'm saying though, so that means you're gonna be able to laugh with it with your wife then. You're gonna be laughing like this when your wife
I'm definitely
you look like Lamar?
I'm going
your wife just gonna eat that. You gonna be
I'm gonna make jokes. Knowing me, I'm gonna make jokes about it, but at the same time though, I'm gonna make a joke about it. I ain't gonna let another nigga make a joke about it. That's what it is though, cause it's like you gotta protect this house. You know what I'm saying? Like
you gotta think celebrities that
he didn't crash out though.
How many other people gonna say this?
Or I handle it like there's a lot of niggas out here just gonna crash out automatically.
Yeah.
A lot of niggas ain't gonna use their sense. Me, my younger myself, yeah, I probably just there's no nigga what. Now I'm gonna think about it, but I'm gonna go say something for sure. I might not have to respond with the text, and that's gonna be it. If a nigga show up there and behave himself, he cool. But he started doing all that extra shit, then he deserves.
So what if you walk into the bank and the bank tell you, yo, bitch look like Lamar Odom? What you gonna say to the nigga behind the counter?
Get your bitch ass on me on the class. Show me your bitch. What your bitch look like? Your bitch look like Nick Van Exel, nigga. Fuck you talking. Ugly ass Steve Prince. Yeah. Vernon Maxwell looking at his bitch. Yeah.
Man, hey, listen,
Torian Prince looking at his bitch.
We saying this because we ain't billionaires. We slapping the fuck out of Luca Brasi, okay?
For sure.
Babe, just get the bell ready. Get the bell ready because I'm stuffing him. I'm stuffing him about Lamar Odom.
Yeah.
I'm stuffing him about Lamar. So, LeBron, we can't relate. We want to take the high road. We do. but my money got to get taller.
Yeah.